friends, and welcome to today's episode. In this podcast, we are going to do something very special, something very useful, and something that will really change the way you speak English. We are going to learn how to talk about yourself in English. Now, why is this important? Because in almost every conversation, in every country, in every culture, people will ask you questions about yourself. They will ask, what's your name? Where are you from? What do you do? What are your hobbies? And if you can answer these questions in clear, confident, and natural English, then you will feel strong, you will feel happy, and you will make a good impression. Think about the first time you meet someone new. Maybe you are meeting a classmate, maybe a coworker, maybe a teacher, or maybe just a friend of a friend. What happens? The first thing is introduction. You introduce yourself. You say your name, you share a little bit of your life, and you make a connection. That is why, my friends, learning to talk about yourself in English is not just a small skill. It is a big key that will open many doors in your English journey. So today, I want you to imagine that you are meeting someone new. Imagine you are in a cafe, or in a class, or maybe at a party, and someone comes to you and says, "Hi, nice to meet you. Tell me about yourself." What will you say? How will you answer? That is exactly what we are going to practice together, step by step. We will start simple with the basics, and then we will add more details. And at the end, you will be able to create a beautiful, natural, and long introduction about yourself in English. Are you ready? Okay, let's go. Let's begin with the most basic and the most important part, your name. This is always the first step when you talk about yourself. In English, you can simply say, my name is, or I am, for example, my name is Sarah, I am David. Very simple, right? But we can make it a little longer, a little more natural. Instead of only saying your name, you can add a friendly phrase. For example, my name is Sarah, nice to meet you. I'm David, and I'm happy to be here. When you add a small phrase, you make your English sound warm and confident. Now, after your name, the second most common question is, where are you from? People want to know your country, your city, your background. The basic sentence is, I am from, for example, I am from Morocco, I am from India, I am from Brazil. But again, let's make it more interesting. Instead of stopping there, you can add more detail. For example, I am from Morocco, a beautiful country in North Africa. I'm from India, a land of rich culture and history. I am from Brazil, famous for football and carnival. Do you see? Just by adding a few extra words, your answer becomes more colorful and more interesting. Now let's try to connect the two ideas, your name and your country. For example, my name is Sarah, and I am from Morocco, a beautiful country in North Africa. I am David, and I am from the United States, a country known for diversity and opportunities. These are full sentences that give a clear and warm introduction. I want you, my friends, to repeat after me. Say it out loud, even if you are alone. My name is, and I am from. Fill in your own name and your own country. Practice until it feels natural, until the words flow easily from your mouth. Remember, practice makes perfect. And here is a little secret. When you practice these simple introductions, you are not only practicing grammar and vocabulary, you are also training your brain and your mouth to work together in English. The more you repeat, the faster you will improve. After you say your name and your country, the next step in almost every introduction is your age. Now, in some cultures, people don't always ask about age, but in English conversations, it is very common when you are with friends, classmates, or people close to your age. The simple way is, I am years old. I am 20 years old. I'm 35 years old. I'm 50 years old. But if you don't want to say your exact age, you can use other phrases. For example, I'm in my 20s. which means between 20 and 29, I'm in my 30s. Between 30 and 39, I'm in my early 40s. Around 41, 43, I'm in my late 40s. Around 47, 49, this way, you can talk about your age in a polite and natural way. Now, after age, people often ask about your job or studies. This is very important because it tells people what you do every day, what your life looks like. The simple way is, I am a student. I am a teacher. I am a nurse. I am an engineer. But let's make it longer, more natural. For example, I am a student at the University of Casablanca, and I am studying English literature. I am a teacher in a primary school, and I really love working with children. I am a nurse in a local hospital, and I take care of patients every day. I am an engineer in a construction company, and I design modern buildings. And see, when you add detail, your answer becomes richer and more impressive. If you are not working right now, that's okay. You can still answer. For example, I am currently looking for a job. I am taking a break from work to focus on my studies. I don't work at the moment, but I am planning to start my own business. Remember, honesty is always the best. People are not judging you, they just want to know about you. And here is something very important. When you talk about your job or studies, don't just stop at the title. Add something about how you feel. This shows your personality and makes the conversation more interesting. For example, I am a student at the University of Madrid, and I enjoy learning about history. I work as a chef, and I love creating new recipes. I am a driver, and I like meeting different people every day. Now let's connect everything together. Listen carefully. My name is Sarah. I'm 22 years old, and I am from Morocco, a beautiful country in North Africa. I am a student at the University of Rabat, and I am studying computer science. I really enjoy working with technology and solving problems. This is already a strong, complete, and natural introduction. I want you, my dear listener, to try making your own version. Say your name, your age, your country, your job or studies, and one small detail about how you feel. Don't just write it down. Say it out loud. The more you speak, the more confident you will become. Remember, when you talk about yourself in English, you are building your identity in another language. That is something powerful. You are not only learning words, you are creating a new version of yourself that can communicate with the world. Now, my friends, after you introduce your name, your age, your country, and your job or studies, the next very important step is to talk about your hobbies and interests. Why? Because hobbies show who you are outside of work or school. They show your personality, your passion, and the things that make you happy. The simple way is, my hobby is, or I like. For example, my hobby is reading. I like playing football. I like cooking. My hobby is painting. But we can make it much more natural and interesting. Instead of only one word, add a full sentence. For example, one of my hobbies is reading novels, especially mystery and adventure stories, because they keep me excited and curious. I enjoy playing football with my friends every weekend, and it helps me stay active and healthy. Cooking is one of my favorite hobbies because I love experimenting with new recipes and sharing food with my family. I really enjoy painting landscapes because it allows me to relax and express my feelings through colors. When you give a reason, your answer becomes more powerful and personal. Now let's add variety. Maybe you have more than one hobby. You can say, in my free time, I enjoy reading books, watching movies, and going for long walks in nature. I love music. I play the guitar, and I also like listening to different styles of music such as rock, pop, and jazz. I like traveling, meeting new people, and learning about different cultures. Hobbies are a great way to continue the conversation because maybe the person you are talking to also likes the same things. Imagine you say, "I love traveling," and the other person says, "Me too." Now you already have a connection. Next, let's move to your personality. Talking about your personality is a little more advanced, but very useful. It shows people what kind of person you are. The simple way is, I am plus adjective. For example, I am friendly, I am hardworking, I am shy, I am curious. But you can also use full sentences. For example, I would describe myself as a friendly and open-minded person who likes meeting new people. I am a hardworking person, and I always try to give my best in everything I do. I am a little bit shy at first, but once I get to know people, I become more talkative. I am very curious, and I enjoy learning new things every day. And if you want to be even more natural, you can mix personality with hobbies and work. For example, I am creative, and that is why I love painting and writing stories. I am patient, which helps me a lot in my job as a teacher. I am energetic, so I enjoy playing sports and doing outdoor activities. See, my friends? You don't have to memorize long speeches. Just think of 3 things: your hobbies, your interests, and your personality. Connect them together, and suddenly you have a strong introduction that people will remember. Now, let me give you a longer example that connects everything we learned. My name is Ahmed, and I am from Egypt, a country full of history and culture. I am 25 years old, and I am a student of engineering at the university. I enjoy solving problems and working on projects. In my free time, I like playing football with my friends, watching movies, and learning English. I would describe myself as friendly, curious, and hardworking, and I believe that every day is a chance to improve myself. This is a complete natural introduction. It is not too short, not too long, and it tells the listener a lot about Ahmed. So now, my challenge for you is this: prepare your own version. Write down your name, age, country, job or studies, hobbies, and personality. Then practice saying it out loud. Don't worry about mistakes. Mistakes are part of learning. The more you speak, the better you become. And remember, talking about yourself in English is not about showing off. It is about sharing your story, your life, your dreams, and connecting with others. That is what language is for, connection. So, my friends, we have talked about your name, your country, your age, your job or studies, your hobbies, and your personality. But there is one more very powerful part. When you talk about yourself, your dreams and goals for the future. Why is this important? Because when you share your goals, people understand what drives you, what motivates you, and what kind of person you want to become. It shows ambition, it shows hope, and it makes the conversation more inspiring. The simple way is, my dream is, or my goal is. For example, my dream is to become a doctor. My goal is to speak English fluently. My dream is to travel the world. But again, we don't want to stop there. We want to make it stronger with more detail. For example, my dream is to become a doctor because I want to help sick people and make a difference in their lives. My goal is to speak English fluently so that I can study abroad and meet people from different cultures. My dream is to travel the world because I want to learn about different countries, taste new food, and experience new traditions. Now, some people don't like the word dream because it sounds too far away. You can also use words like plans or future hopes. For example, in the future, I hope to start my own business. I plan to continue my studies and get a master's degree. One of my future goals is to buy a house for my family. See? Talking about your dreams is not only about imagination. It's also about real steps you want to take in your life. Now let's connect everything together in a long introduction so you can see how natural it sounds. My name is Sarah and I am from Morocco, a beautiful country in North Africa. I am 24 years old and I work as an English teacher in a private school. I love teaching because I enjoy helping students and seeing their progress. In my free time, I like reading books, watching movies, and going for long walks by the beach. I would describe myself as friendly, creative, and curious, and I always enjoy learning new things. My dream is to improve my English more and more so that I can study abroad one day and bring new ideas back to my country. This introduction is clear, long, and powerful. It shows who Sarah is, what she does, what she enjoys, and what she dreams about. Now let's think together. If someone asked you, "Tell me about yourself," can you imagine how confident you will feel if you already prepared your answer like this? You will not panic, you will not feel lost. You will smile, you will speak, and you will connect. That is the goal of today's lesson. And remember, my friends, learning to talk about yourself is not just for class, not just for exams, not just for interviews. It is for life. Every new person you meet is a chance to practice. Every introduction is an opportunity to show who you are in English. So here is your homework. Write your own full introduction. Include your name, your country, your age, your job or studies, your hobbies, your personality, and your dreams. Then practice it every day. Record yourself. Listen to your voice. Improve your sentences. Little by little, you will become fluent, confident, and proud. And finally, I want to say this. Don't be afraid of mistakes. Mistakes are not a problem. They are proof that you are learning. Every mistake is a step forward. Every time you practice, you are training your brain and your mouth to speak English naturally. So keep going, my friends. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and never give up. Remember, your voice matters. Your story matters. And the world is waiting to hear it in English. Thank you for listening to today's podcast. If you enjoyed it, make sure to practice what we learned and share this episode with your friends. And don't forget, the best way to learn is to repeat. Listen again, practice again, and soon, talking about yourself in English will feel easy, natural, and fun. See you in the next episode.